Do you want to know why death needs to be determined? Or how did a person die? Or what kind of death he has experienced? Or a different signs of his death? Then come and watch this video to find out. The importance of death determination. First, the civil personality of a natural person is extinguished by death. Then, the property of a person is transmitted to his heirs at the time of death. And the death of a partner is one of the cause of dissolution of partnership agreement. The death of either the principal or agent is a mode of extinguishment of agency. The criminal liability of a person is extinguished by death, and the civil case for claims which do not survive death are dismissed upon the death of the defendant. So question, what is the condition for civil and criminal liability to extinguish by death? If your answer is A, death, kinds of death, signs of death. The following lessons are not for children. If you suffer from seizures, heart problems, bowel disorders, headaches, cannot stand at the sight of blood, gore, and death, please keep watching and have fun, or cover your eyes. You have no choice but to watch this anyway. Seriously though, the next scenes are graphic but educational.
What is death? Death is the termination of life. It is the complete cessation of all the vital functions without possibility of resuscitation. It is an irreversible loss of the properties of living matter. Dying is a continuing process, while death is an event that takes place at a precise time. The ascertainment of death is a clinical and not a legal problem.
Nowadays, death is not certain. Here are some ways to bring back people who are in the brink of death. First is the use of resuscitative devices which maintains cardiac and respiratory functions. We have organ transplantation which must be done in the process between the transplantation and the death of the donor. And finally, induced coma by the use of sedatives and other chemicals. Now we go to the kinds of death. First, we have the somatic death or clinical death. This is the state of the body in which there is complete, persistent, and continuous cessation of the vital functions of the brain, heart, and lungs. Immediately after death, the face and lips become pale, the muscles become flaccid, the sphincters relax, the lower jaw drop, the eyelids remain open, pupils dilate, and the skin loses its elasticity. Next is molecular or cellular death. This occurs when after cessation of the vital functions, about 3 to 6 hours later, there is individual death of cells. This is evidenced by the presence of excitability of muscles and ciliary movements and other functions of individual cells. Next, we have brain death. Brain death occurs when there is deep irreversible coma, absence of electrical brain activity, and complete cessation of all vital functions. Many different criteria for brain death. However, the use of the criteria of brain death may only be applied to those persons who are potential organ donors. Next is biological death. This kind of death occurs when there is permanent extinction of bodily life. Even an ordinary layman can testify with certainty that death has in fact occurred. Apparent death or state of suspended animation is not actually death, but merely a transient loss of consciousness or temporary cessation of the vital functions of the body. It is important to determine the condition of suspended animation to prevent premature burial. Signs of death: cessation of heart action and circulation. A temporary suspension of the heart action is still compatible with life, However, if there is no heart action for a period of 5 minutes, death is regarded as certain. Cessation of respiration. Cessation of respiration must be continuous and persistent. However, in case of electrical shock, respiration may cease for some time but may be restored by continuous artificial respiration. Algor mortis, or cooling of the body. The progressive fall of the body temperature is one of the most prominent signs of death. Loss of sensory power. The body did not respond to any kind of stimuli. Loss of power to move. The body do not have voluntary movement. There is changes in the skin when the skin is pale and waxy looking due to the absence of circulation. Changes in and about the eye. Clouding of the cornea, loss of corneal reflex, flaccidity of the eyeball, pupil cannot react to the light.